You're watching WMBF News. Live, local, late breaking. This is WMBF News at 6.
5 people are behind bars tonight, booked on heroin charges. See if you recognize any of their names. Plus, power outages are affecting flights across the East Coast. We've got what that means for travelers here in Myrtle Beach. First tonight, we want to get straight to some breaking news. The second man wanted for the Jimmigan Sports Bar and Grill shooting has been arrested. Tonight, you're getting the first look at Kendrick Green. He's been charged with attempted murder, possession of a weapon during a violent crime, and unlawful carrying of a pistol. The incident happened at the Myrtle Beach bar on August 5th. The other man involved, Marquise Burgess, was arrested after that shooting and charged for attempted murder. One man was shot during the altercation. We're still working to find out his condition. Green is currently awaiting trial. No bond has been set at this time. 5 people now behind bars after officers say they found more than 100 grams of heroin in their possession. The people arrested were Hector Nieves from Arizona, Enrique Robles from California, and Jesus Rodriguez of Mexico. You see all of those on your screen right now. There are also 2 local people charged in this drug arrest. Matthew Negri of Myrtle's Inlet was arrested for possession with intent to distribute, and Amanda Sherback, who is also from Myrtle's Inlet, the Myrtle's Inlet area, was arrested for possession of heroin. All 5 of these people were taken to the Georgetown County Detention Center and are being held pending bond. Well, Myrtle Beach police need your help. Officers want to find this man, Damian Canty. Take a good look here. He's wanted for a deadly shooting that happened on Collins Street earlier this week. Police say Canty and others assaulted and killed Dominic Goodwin. If you have any information on Canty, where he might be, you are asked to call police.
Hey, and good evening, everybody. We've seen an absolutely gorgeous day today. Lots of clear skies as we take a look at our Sea Captain's House Live Sky Cam. This has pretty much been the name of the game for your day today. Carolina blue skies. Temperature is really not that bad. 84 current temperature in Myrtle Beach, 91 into Florence, 86 into Conway, and 90 down into Darlington. So overall, pretty much on par for average on our HD Doppler radar as it scans across, not showing anything. And that's how we're going to continue through the rest of this evening as well. So along the Grand Strand, falling to about 71 degrees. It's going to be pretty comfortable out there. South wind coming to us about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now at times this could gust to around 15, but really not looking too bad. It's going to start to calm down after we get past that midnight hour in inland near the PD. About 68 degrees, very nice and comfortable temperatures, widespread 60s as you head into the PD and the border belt. So some gorgeous conditions. It's not going to last for too long though. As we head back into the middle of next week, we're going to start to see some rain move, and I'll have all the details on that coming up in just a few minutes.
Travelers, listen up. Technical issues with an air traffic center in Virginia causing flight delays up and down the East Coast, including right here in Myrtle Beach. The FAA said it's directing high altitude flights around the affected airspace. The good news here, though, the problem is not believed to be caused by any accident or hacking. Myrtle Beach International Airport officials confirmed the delays and cancellations they're experiencing are because of those issues in Virginia. Right now, there are 3 arriving flights from Newark that have been canceled, along with 2 from Charlotte. And when it comes to departing flights, 4 are delayed in Atlanta and 2 going to Philadelphia. We've got a story up on our website, WMBFnews.com. Just click on that local tab to help you check those flight cancellations at MYR. Tonight, businesses in a struggling part of Myrtle Beach are asking for a little leeway from the city. Owners say every bit of advertising will help them stay afloat. Connor McHugh is live in studio tonight with their plea to the city.
Well, the city and its Downtown Redevelopment Corporation have big plans for the 5 Point areas of Myrtle Beach, but until those happen, the businesses are trying to get by. Owners tell me even the smallest bit of wiggle room can help them go a long way. Amongst plenty of empty buildings, you'll find one business that's still hanging on.
I don't get much exposure.
Since 1979, the Howard Gallery has been here off Broadway. It was here when the 5 Points area was the place to be. Now business is much slower, so owners are trying everything to bring people through their doors.
So I'm going to take it back and put it here in front of my front door.
But according to Davis, that plan was canceled when a city worker stopped by.
He said it could be only 12 feet from the front door. So here it is, here.
That city worker cited an ordinance that now allows businesses in certain areas to keep signs on the sidewalk. The city spokesperson says it's a relatively new ordinance, but but the city believes it's generous as is. The Howard Gallery and 5 Points Association say they respect the rule, but wish there was a little more leeway. With the sign where it is, both shrubbery and parked cars block what they're trying to advertise.
We want to obey the law, but we hope that the city could reach back out to us and allow us to do a little more than what's allowed now, so we can get just a little bit more exposure.
They say although it's a small ask, a little extra advertising goes a long way.
I'm not an advertising expert, but I would think any advertisement's going to be good. Yeah, we need it.
Now, the 5 Points Association does say it's very thankful of everything the city and MBRDC are doing to revitalize the entire area, but it hopes a compromise can be made sometime soon. Live in the studio, I'm Connor McHugh, WMBF News.
South Carolina is looking to fight obesity with some new services for people covered by Medicaid. This is coming from the Department of Health and Human Services, and it could help the estimated 184,000 Medicaid-covered adults with a body mass index of 30 or more. Now, here's how it works. A doctor's referral, that's what you're going to need. Patients can receive individualized advice from doctors and licensed dietitians. The goal is to reduce obesity rates in our state. And pretty soon, thousands of people who travel through Charleston International Airport every day might also get a chance to see a permanent memorial honoring the Emmanuel 9. Now, the Charleston County Aviation Authority started a new committee. It's aiming at creating an interactive memorial dedicated to all 9 people killed inside Mother Emanuel back in June. Now, it has a local tie as well. A Myrtle Beach architecture company offered to be the project manager for free. The group has already held its first meeting. And we're also learning just how much money was spent in security costs after the massacre at Mother Emanuel. The officers with the Department of Public Safety worked about $80,000 of overtime in the month after that shooting. They provided security at all 9 of the victims' funerals and were also on the job at the State House during that heated controversy over the Confederate flag. Well, another coastal community is speaking out about offshore drilling. Town Council in Southport passed a resolution against exploration for oil and gas in the Atlantic Ocean. This comes just days after Myrtle Beach leaders also passed a resolution opposing that industry. And an excavation just outside North Carolina State University's Carter Finley Stadium has revealed 12 unmarked graves. This is pretty cool. They're thought to date back to more than 150 years ago. Officials knew there were some graves on site, but the exact number was not known until this week. Some of those graves appear to have been covered in shards of glass, and that's a style that predates the Civil War. The names, though, of those people buried there are not known. Well, the painkiller Oxycontin, no longer just for adults. It's now available for kids. Coming up, find out what restrictions the drug will have before you can pick it up at the pharmacy.
Hairstyling for WMBF News anchors provided by Dolce Lusso Salon.
It's that time of year again. Thousands of college students are in town this weekend with their families, moving in and getting ready for the start of class. This will be the first year on the Coastal Carolina University campus that 10,000 students are enrolled. WMBF News reporter Russell Abad caught up with some of those students. He joins us now.
2 residence halls are still being built next to it, but Tradition Hall is one of the 2 new dorms opening to some of the 4,200 students moving into CCU this weekend.
Coastal is #1. Tradition and Chanticleer Halls are the 2 new residence halls welcoming students for the first time this year with 600 new beds. They're just 2 of 4 new suite-style residence halls on campus. The other 2, Sino and Teal, will open next year. That will be phase 2 of an $80 million project that will open up more than 1,200 beds for students.
I've wanted to come here since I was 4 years old.
Why is that?
I've always wanted to go to school next to the beach before I even knew what Coastal was.
CCU leaders say about 52% of the students are in-state and 48% are coming from outside South Carolina, with most out-of-state students coming in from New Jersey. There will be 2,400 students in this year's freshman class, including Ethan Ledoux, who says he's excited to be here.
CCU, just great location. I'll be in the PGM program, tons of golf around here. Can't wait to play almost every day. Just living in the South will be nice.
Vice President of Student Life, Debbie Connor, says this wave of young people should have a positive effect on the Grand Strand, an area that community leaders say needs more millennials and young professionals.
And we're seeing, obviously, all of these families coming in from all over the country, and that means that they're staying in our community. They're eating in our restaurants, they're shopping in our stores, and really adding to the livelihood of our entire community.
There will be a new student convocation today before class is back in session on Monday. Reporting in Conway, Russell Abad for WMBF News.
All right, check this out. This story is a lot of you clicking on WMBFnews.com tonight. It shows a video of a reef shark caught off 2nd Avenue Pier in Myrtle Beach. You'll see it here in just a second. Fishing piers around our area are popular for spotting those kinds of sharks. The population of the gray reef shark is considered near threatened, mostly due to commercial fishing and depletion of coral reefs caused by humans. They're commercially fished for their meat. And again, you can check that out on our website, WMBFnews.com. Well, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump hit up the same campaign stop. You'll hear from both of the candidates straight ahead.
Yes. And we're going to see some very nice conditions overnight tonight. I'll have all the details on that coming up in just a few. Friday and even into the first half of next weekend, temperature is going to be bumping up just a notch into the upper 80s and right around 90 degrees, but the chance for afternoon showers and storms going to remain in the forecast by the end of the week. And even as you head into the PD, much of the same. Tomorrow is going to be absolutely gorgeous, around 92 degrees, still falling into the upper 60s tonight. And then by Monday and Tuesday, more humidity, a little bit more activity as we head into the afternoon hours, and then ending the week on a very showery and unsettled note out there, unfortunately. But like I said, it's good for the drought that we do have in place right now.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are keeping a close eye on that, wanting that rain.
Yeah, especially in the PD where we really need it. That's where we're hopefully going to get a lot of this rain this next week.
All right, thank you so much, Andy. Well, the death toll from massive blast in the port of Tianjin rose to 104 today. The area was devastated by a fire and series of explosions late Wednesday. Check out this video. It happened at a warehouse for hazardous chemicals. Rescuers did find a second survivor today as authorities evacuated much of the area to clean up some dangerous chemical contamination. The toll includes at least 21 firefighters, making the disaster the deadliest for Chinese fire crews in more than 6 decades. Several, though, still remain missing at this hour. Democratic presidential frontrunner Hillary Clinton took her campaign today to the Iowa State Fair. While there, she picked up a key endorsement from former Iowa Senator Tom Harkin. He's recognized as a favorite of progressive Democrats, but questions, though, still surrounding emails on Clinton's private server for official business during her time as Secretary of State. That continues to follow her right now. She recently turned the server over to the FBI to investigate the security of her email setup.
And I think there are disputes going on among agencies about what shoulda, coulda, woulda been done back 4 years, 5, 6 years ago. That is something for them to work out. I am repeating the facts, and the facts are I did not send nor did I receive material marked classified.
Thousands of pages of her emails that were released in recent months show Clinton did receive messages that were later marked classified. Now, Donald Trump was also at the Iowa State Fair today. Here's what he had to say about Clinton and those emails.
She's got a lot of problems with the email situation. That's a big problem. I mean, if you look at General Petraeus, he had just a tiny fraction of what she's got going, and they destroyed his life virtually. So I think she's got some very big problems.
Well, 8 people were killed today when a car bomb went off in Iraq. It hit a popular car dealership in Baghdad. That's the country's capital. 17 people were also hurt in the explosion. This dealership has been targeted several times in the past. Hospital officials confirmed those casualties. Another explosion, though, on Thursday killed at least 67 people. That was one of the worst attacks in Baghdad in a decade. No one immediately took responsibility for today's attack, but ISIS did say that it was behind Thursday's bombing. Happening tomorrow, a public wreath-laying ceremony will be held to honor members of the greatest generation. The ceremony will take place at Florence National Cemetery. It's part of the Spirit of 45 World War II 70th Anniversary Commemorative Weekend. That event starts at 9 a.m. Well, parents, listen to this. The powerful painkiller Oxycontin has been approved for children as young as 11. The Federal Drug Administration held studies to see if this drug is safe for patients who are that young, and Oxycontin has become notorious for its abuse by painkiller addicts. And some experts are concerned that younger patients could be more likely to get addicted. The FDA says children can use Oxycontin only if they need long-term pain relief and have no other options. The drug will be used for patients dealing with cancer, trauma, and those recovering from surgery. Some pediatric cancer doctors are supporting this decision, though. Coastal Carolina football took its first steps toward repeating some of its recent success today, holding its first scrimmage of fall camp. Coming up, head coach Joe Moglia, what he saw from the chance straight ahead in sports.
Coming up tonight on NBC Nightly News, raging wildfires out west as temperatures soar, hundreds forced to flee their homes. And we're live in Iowa with the 2016 presidential contenders, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, part of our one-on-one with Trump tonight. And cooling things off by hitting the road at a Dairy Queen where time stands still. When we see you coming up on Nightly News.
The chase for the cup. It's our comprehensive pre-show complete with analyst interviews, stories from behind the scenes, and a look at the NASCAR season to date. And it all starts at 3 o'clock on September 6th on WMBF News. We're talking about the race on September 6th, but on September 5th, Coastal Carolina kicks off 2015 at Furman. And then before that, USC is get going on the 3rd. This week, we got high school football. I mean, so much stuff going on the sports landscape. It's going to be hard to kind of cover it all.
You know, that soundbite you had from the head ball coach in there, I love that. And student athletes have really been pushing for that stipend.
I mean, these coaches make a lot of money, these schools make a lot of money. Like head ball coach said, you might as well let the guys, the ones who are actually putting in the work, get a little bit of it. But that's just my opinion.
He said it wasn't just funsies. Oh my gosh,
you're going to hear
that.
a lot from him this year, you're going to see.
Well, make sure you stay with us. We have another check of your forecast coming up after the break.